Hello my fellow Brickheads, it is I, Galaxy of Bricks here, and welcome to another LEGO video. Now, today's LEGO video is all about a set that was released on the 26th of April of this year, so as of recording, this set is barely even a week old. It is a set that has been met with some derision and some controversy, so we say, upon the initial concept images and some of the early access images that people have been able to get hold of. But having said that, it is also a set that, having built and having looked at in my collection, I am pleasantly surprised to have been able to enjoy it, because I didn't think I was going to like it, but I have. And that set is actually this. Set number 75342, and it is the Republic fighter tank. Now, this set currently retails in the UK for £34.99. You can get it in the US and Canada for $39.99, and you can also get it for €39.99 in Europe as well. So it's a steady price across all three continents, you know. That's quite nice. It comes with a piece count of 286 pieces and is actually the third variant of its type that has ever been released in LEGO form. And as we go through the video, we will take a quick look at the history of this set, because its backstory and the figure backstory within it is quite an anomaly within both Star Wars and LEGO. So that will make for a very interesting discussion towards the end. So without any further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? Now, as stated a moment ago, this is the third variant of this type of set that LEGO has ever released. We've had the version from 2008, which was set number 7629. And we've also had the set number 75182, that was the last version of this released before this one. So it's only had three versions of itself within the last 15 years or so. I mean, okay, that's fine. But the actual backstory behind this set isn't based on anything from the Star Wars canon. So it has never featured in any of the movies. So the prequel trilogy, so Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, it's never appeared in any of those. It's never appeared in the Clone Wars, and it has never appeared in the Bad Batch TV series either. No, the Republic fighter tank and its origins date back to the original the original Star Wars Battlefront game, so Battlefront 2 from the early 2000s, that was released by Pandemic Studios and was for the PlayStation, Xbox, PC. One of my all-time favourite Star Wars games ever, and for a lot of older LEGO collectors like myself, it brings back a lot of good childhood memories and a lot of nostalgia as well. So they've taken a property from a non-canon source and made it into a LEGO set, which they did anyway, and to do that now, just nearly 15 years later, I am all for it. I think it's fantastic, especially for older collectors like myself. So without any further ado, we'll look at the figures, because you actually get 6 of them for this set. And they are certainly not figures that you would think about having with a set like this. And we'll go into that in a second. To get things off, we will start with the bad guys in this set. You get 2 of them. They're the standard tan, beige, sandy coloured B1 battle droids. Nothing fancy about them. They're in a lot of old Republic era sets now. They're a dime a dozen. You can get them on the second-hand market, eBay, Bricklink, things like that. They feature in a lot of sets. They're quite nice. The only interesting variant I've noticed with these ones is that their blasters are actually more of a dark gunmetal grey colour. They're not the all black ones that you get with the Stormtroopers or the Clone Troopers. So, I mean, that's nice. That's a bit different. But they could have maybe included an updated Super Battle Droid or 2 Super Battle Droids, just to make it more a bit of a variant than just getting your standard B1 battle droids, but I'm not going to knock it. They're always good for army building. And then we move on to the clones within this set. You get 3 clone troopers, and you get 2 standard 187th Legion clone troopers. I really love the armour design and the armour detail. The bandolier sort of style sash across the chest is very nice. You get that really dark purple, almost like violet coloured colour scheme. That's what it's like at the back as well, you know. That's really nice. I like that. And it just makes the figure pop, and it's one of the first things that draws you to this set is the colour scheme. Good thing is they've got the new updated headpiece for clone troopers and a lot of standard figures now. So Angry Clone is long gone, which is a good thing because it's been around for that long. It was getting very, very tired, myself included. I've got a lot of figures in my collection that have the Angry Clone face, and it's nice to see something different. So you get 2 of these guys. They're really nice, and they are certainly worth picking up for these guys because I very much doubt we're going to get any more figures of this type within any of the set. We come to the 3rd clone within this set, which is by far my favourite figure from within this set, and it is the 187th Legion Clone Commander. Now, fun bit of trivia for you, the armour design for this clone trooper, or clone commander should I say, is actually clone airborne trooper armour. It's not a commander's armour or a variant of anything, it's just standard airborne armour. You see these guys in Revenge of the Sith on Utapau with Obi-Wan Kenobi in the 212th and Commander Cody. They have like an orange and sort of yellowy colour scheme. So to get it in purple is very nice. And I love the fact that they've integrated, instead of doing a separate Kamer like skirt piece, they've integrated it into the leg print design. And it's a fantastic design. And from the back as well, it looks phenomenal. We've had versions of this guy in the Utapau Battle Pack from 2014. We've had it in like General Grievous' Starfighter as well. So it's nice to get a variant of that set and a variant of that minifigure. But the commander piece, the commander character itself, isn't actually based on any typical specific Star Wars character, because Commander Pons, who is featured in the Clone Wars TV series, has a different armour scheme, and he's actually not in his Phase 2 armour. So this is Phase 2. This is the 2nd iteration of Clone Trooper armour. So really nice figure, actually, and I absolutely love this guy. He's possibly one of my favourite clones that I actually have in my collection. And I mean, I know they don't do many variants of Clone Troopers anymore, but to have this guy in my collection is actually very nice. And I'll just stand him there because he'll take me on to my next segue in a moment. And I'll put the other 2 clones with him as well. And finally, we come to the hero figure of this set, which is Jedi Master Mace Windu, played by Samuel L. Jackson. Now, this is his armour and his Jedi robes, and I like the fact that LEGO have integrated the gauntlets and the knee pads into his Jedi robes. I don't think LEGO have done that with any previous Jedi characters in a long while, so that's a nice thing. I love the fact that the lightsaber isn't the clear purple, it's actually more of a cloudy purple as well. So that's a nice change on the routine for Jedi and Sith characters, and I'm wondering, hopefully, will this be the norm now moving forward, because I really like it. That's what it's like at the back. I absolutely love the detailing they've gone to, and you know, he's only got the one-sided face, but it doesn't really matter, it's Mace Windu. But Mace Windu himself is actually a bit of an anomaly within the LEGO sort of the LEGO medium, because even though he's played by Samuel L. Jackson in all the films that he features in, he's a prominently featured character within the Clone Wars TV series. There's books about him, and he's an iconic figure alone. I mean, he's the only Jedi that has a purple lightsaber. He's only actually appeared in, at most, maybe 4 or 5 LEGO sets since since Star Wars became a LEGO property. He was in the original early 2000s Clone Turbo Tank, and he had a light, and that was the original light up figure. So he used to push the head, and the lightsaber would light up. He was in that one. He's been in Palpatine's Arrest from the early 2010s, which was a Clone Wars era set, with like Palpatine, Kit Fisto, CC Tin, characters like that. He was featured in, more recently, the General Grievous' speeder, and he's been in the UCS Republic gunship, which, I mean, if you've seen that, he's an exclusive for that set, because that variation of him is different to this one. But he's not actually been in a lot of Lego sets, despite being such an iconic, prominent character. So to get Mace Windu in this set is definitely worth picking up alone. And the 187th Legion themselves are a fantastic bunch of clone troopers to have. But the funny thing is that the 187th Legion's armour is actually maroon and like a kind of a rusty brown colour. Commander Pons, who leads his Legion in the series and features Lightning Squadron and the Recon Force troopers and the ATRTs, don't wear purple. No, they wear like a maroony brown colour. So the actual colour scheme, which is purple, is based upon a 2006 Hasbro property. When Lego came up with this idea for this set, they must have gone back to, or had an influence off someone, or somebody must have had an idea about it, because in 2006, Hasbro released 3 3/4 inch clone troopers, plus a Mace Windu, plus a version of this commander, as an as an action figure. I have somewhere in the house, in this vast sea of collectibles and nerd material and things like that, I actually have them in 3 3/4 inch scale. So the fact that Lego have done a set about it is an interesting take. I mean, not my first choice. I wouldn't have suspected them to have done this. I thought maybe they would have picked another unit or another Clone Legion or something like that. But I'm not going to knock it, because it's probably going to be the only time we'll get the 187th Legion in Clone Trooper form, in Lego form, but also in purple, because you never see them on screen in purple. So I don't know what behind the scenes shenanigans have gone on, but I'm not against it. They look phenomenal in this colour, and it kind of very much matches Mace Windu, and I'm glad that these are the main selling points of this set. So for me, it's a winner just for the figures. So the minifigure selection is very good. Now we move on to the actual turbo tank itself, so the Republic Fire tank. As I stated before, this is the third variant of this set to be released. It takes the good points of the previous two incarnations and kind of meshes them together. And though I don't own the previous two versions, I've seen pictures of them online, I've seen previous reviews of them online, and I think this is, whilst it's not the prettiest thing to look at, I think it makes the most of what it's got. I mean, the stickers at the front are very nice. They're very much adding to the aesthetic, and I don't like stickers, as you know from my previous videos. I'm awful with stickers, but it makes this set just really pop. And you get two side-mounted cannons on either side, which have got flip-fire missiles underneath that I'm not going to release because I've nearly lost one of them. Yeah, we're not going to do that again. So that's good. And these rotate up and these rotate that way. I mean, if you take the flip-fire missile out, they can probably go all the way around, or at least 180 degrees, which is quite nice. You've got a little rampway at the back here where you can have a clone trooper look as if he's climbing into the tank. But you actually can't have a clone trooper at the bottom of this tank because there's not enough room. Even if you lay it flat, it doesn't mesh well with the top hatch or the front cockpit. Bit of a design flaw there, but I mean, it's aimed at children, isn't it? So it's part of the imagination building, I guess. You can use your imagination on that one. You get the hatch is a bit fiddly, as I was just about to say, because it has just come off. So I'm just going to quickly attach that back on for the video. Just bear with me one moment. Right. No, I'm not actually going to do that because it's dead fiddly, but to give you an example, guys, this is what the inside of the cockpit looks like for the hatch. So you can have your Clone Commander or Mace Windu stood at the top here. You can have them posing and leading their troops into battle, which is quite a good sort of thing. The front cockpit pilot area here doesn't have a control panel, which, I mean, is a bit of a glaring omission, but it's not a deal breaker, but it's just a bit odd that you get one at the top here, but you actually don't get one here, but, you know, whatever. The only issue I've got with the front of it is the front hatch bit here is attached with two small, like, white arm pieces. And if you're not careful and you're a little bit forceful with them, it does come off very easy, as you can see throughout the video and stuff. And also, not only that, but you have to make sure that you get them on at a very good sort of angle. Otherwise, it doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very well. So that's my criticism of this set. But overall, I am actually very, very, very impressed with it. I think as Lego sets go, Lego could have done anything really with this. They could have built anything. They could have chosen any kind of intellectual property from within the vast range of Star Wars to build a set around. And they picked something that is so obscure that only tried and true Star Wars fans would get, but also Lego fans would get, because this isn't a set that we all called out for. This isn't a set that we clamoured for and thought, ooh, yeah, let's get this. Because 286 pieces for £34.99, you're actually getting less bricks than you would get with the 501st Clone Troopers, not battle pack, but is a battle pack, but isn't a battle pack. And also the recent AAT with Ahsoka Tano and one of her clone troopers. But you get more bricks with that for the builds, but you get less minifigures. With this, you get more minifigures and less bricks to build. So I don't quite understand the logic of that one. But having said that, I'm not against it. I myself personally am very much a strong believer in that, like, if Lego is going to do something, they'll do it, whether it meets what people want or not. And I like the fact that they have decided to go for something a bit different, and they've taken a property that is not canon and they've decided to make a set about it. Because in some of my previous videos, they have done similar things as well. So they've taken sets that aren't actually the norm and have made them into sets, like the Bantha and T-16 Skyhopper isn't based on a moment within the Star Wars. It's just an idea that somebody's come up with. And I love the fact that Lego are doing things like this, because there's only so many re-releases you can have. There's only so many reshapings and reimaginings of previous sets. I mean, we had multiple variants of the TIE Fighter. We've had multiple variants of Luke's Landspeeder. We've had multiple variants of the AT-AT. So to get another variation of a set that hasn't been seen quite often in Lego form and isn't based on a moment within the films, I'm all for it. And I'll admit I was sceptical and I was a bit of a detractor. I didn't think as a set it was going to work. I didn't think it would be as interesting as it is. Yes, it does have its problems. So obviously you've got to be very careful with the front hatch, the back hatch, and the rampway doesn't actually allow you to slot a minifigure in, but you can fit one in the front and you can fit one in the top hatch. And obviously the flick-fire missiles do hinder it shooting up into the air. But again, it's not a deal breaker, because you're getting a good minifigure selection for the price that you're getting, and you're paying for just something that is based on a totally niche and very out there property. As I stated, Hasbro released this as a minifigure selection, which you can probably get on Amazon or eBay now, and I imagine something like this will increase their value dramatically. And they've taken something that isn't part of the strict canon that Lego has to follow off now, and Disney implements and Lucasfilm implements, and they've turned it into a set and they've rehashed it. I'm all for it. I like things like this that are different. I like things that are quirky. I like things that aren't contemporary to Lego, Star Wars, and the fandom. So yeah, all in all, would definitely recommend you pick it up just for the minifigures. If you don't really want to do the build, at least get the minifigures, because I think on the secondary market, eBay, Bricklink, whatever, the Clone Troopers definitely are going to be the standout buys for this set, and it's a good way of getting a Mace Windu for your Jedi Council or your Clone Troopers mocks or your your Star Wars dioramas and things like that. So if you don't want to spend £200 and get the Republic gunship, you can get a Mace Windu for £34.99 within a set that's actually quite nice. It's not as intricate as a build as some of the others, and it's a little bit ugly in parts, but it definitely makes use of what it's got, and that's the key. So yeah, we're coming to the end of the video now, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this set? Have you got it in your collection? Is it something that you were a bit skeptical of, but you're surprised with, like I was? I'll post a couple of things of this on my Instagram, and I'll also post some things on my TikTok, so you can also find me on there at the Galaxy of Bricks. Hopefully you have had your mind swayed about whether to get this or not, because I was certainly swayed by it, and I think it's definitely something that can become popular despite its flaws and its inaccuracies, but I don't see it being that much of a problem. So until next time, guys, please look after yourselves, and I'll see you all very soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye now.